With NFL free agency quickly approaching, let's talk about the one free agent the Chicago Bears just simply cannot miss out on. So what is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Would really appreciate that if you did so. So if you couldn't already tell by the thumbnail, it's, the guy that Bears fans, we've been talking about pretty much all off season. And it's Drew Dalman. Now, I know it's a square play to say Drew Dalman is the guy who is the can't-miss free agent signing for the Chicago Bears, but let me lay it out for you guys how important it is that we sign this man in free agency. I mean, at this point, it is almost a must. All right, so Drew Dalman, who's a center for the Atlanta Falcons, been their center for the last couple of seasons. He is an unrestricted free agent. So unlike Trey Smith, who was not a unrestricted free agent. He was a guy that the Chiefs, could franchise tag. Drew Dalman is going to hit the market, all right? He is going to hit the market more specifically because the Atlanta Falcons are over the salary cap, and so they can't afford to keep him. And so the Bears and other teams are in prime position to sign this man because the Falcons won't be able to re-sign him to sort of the numbers I'm sure he would like. All right, so that's the first part. Him being a restricted free agent is huge, okay? It's huge. And let's take into the account that the Chicago Bears' needs are all along the offensive line, right? But center, man, center is just so far and away the biggest need on the line, mainly because the guard spots, you can find alternatives. If you miss out on certain guys, you can find alternatives. You can't do that with the center spot. If the Bears don't sign Drew Dalman in free agency, then we're looking at guys like Ryan Kelly, Austin Colbert, Josh Myers, Nick Harris. Like, it's a big downgrade. Versus in free agency, if you, lose out on one of the guards, there's other guys available, right? You got a Will Fries, Mekhi Becton. There's guys out there. And the draft is also available for you because this draft is pretty solid with guards, but it's not a good center draft. All right, so you're not going to be able to find, by all accounts, a serviceable center in this year's draft by the draft rankings that have been taking place. It's more likely you're going to find a good guard. So, taking all those things into account, think about how important it is for the Bears to sign Drew Dalman here. You're going to be solidifying your center spot for the next couple of seasons. You're not going to have to get desperate in the draft. You're not going to have to get desperate in free agency and overpay for weaker guys. Now, overpaying for Drew Dalman is certainly a conversation. In fact, Brad Biggs talked about this in his latest article. Brad Biggs reported for the Chicago Tribune. He said that, the top guy at the market is Creed Humphrey at $18 million a year. And he expects that Drew Dalman is going to get more annually than a guy like Lloyd Cushenberry, who signed with the Titans last year. He got about $12.5 million. So I think we're looking anywhere from 13 on the lower end to $16 million, honestly, for Drew Dalman. And I'm okay paying that price tag. Why? Because it is that important to address the center spot and be able to protect Caleb Williams. It's that important. Look, in free agency, you have to overpay. That is essentially what free agency is. It's a bidding war, so you're going to overpay for some guys. And along the offensive line, I'm sorry, I want my veterans. I want guys that have been here that can do this more so than I want rookies when I'm trying to develop my second-year quarterback. All right, so think about this scenario here, folks. If the Bears miss out on Drew Dalman, who is rated by PFF as the fourth best center in football, then we're going to go back and have another season of Coleman Shelton, add a guy like a Josh Myers, maybe a Ryan Kelly, and, this whole thing happens all over again with a poor offensive line. So just by not signing one player, everything flips. And I'm not saying Drew Dalman's a savior, and oh my God, he's going to go ahead and let us, go from 5 wins to 7, 8 wins. It's not that. It's just about the fact that him signing with the Bears just leads to this incredible domino effect of good versus the domino effect of bad if we don't sign him. So as soon as free agency opens up, I want Ryan Poles at this man's doorstep, getting him a contract and signing him ASAP. Because after the Trey Smith news, it becomes even more important. And actually, not even just with the Trey Smith news, because again, he's not a center. But this is crucial here. It reminds me a little bit of the Ben Johnson thing, right? When I was telling you guys, hey, it's Ben Johnson or bust, man. I don't want nobody else. I want this guy. Now, I don't think Drew Dalman is as good as Ben Johnson is going to be. But my point being is, it is just too important for the Bears, for Ryan Poles to, make sure that Caleb is successful in his second season and actually has a competent offensive line in the center spot. Just so valuable, man. He's the guy snapping the football, that chemistry, everything you need for good development. I think it starts with a good center. So again, this is the one free agent you cannot miss. I don't care what it takes. Get it done. I don't think he's going to command Creed Humphrey money, but it'll be close to it, and I'm fine overpaying because you're paying premium for a premium position. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you agree with me or disagree? Drew Dalman's a must. Get this guy signed ASAP as soon as free agency starts, because it's going to be bad otherwise. It is going to be bad. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.